So Aaron, one of the things that I discovered after moving out here to Los Angeles, there's a lot of opportunity out here, and the amount of things that I wanted to get into, it just never seemed to end. Like I wanted to be like a storyboarding artist, like an animator, an actor, a music producer, get into creating films. I just wanted to get my hands like on all these different things, to kind of see like what it was that I gravitated towards and what was going to like keep me like held down.
You get such more exposure out here, than you would to those things than you would back home.
Yeah, for sure. And now that I've kind of like dabbled and kind of like put my hand in all of these like different areas and stuff, I've been able to like narrow things down a little bit and find a sort of like balance, like if you will, whether they're like side jobs that I'm doing, whether it's like producing this podcast or it's DJing or working at my day job. And it's tough. It's tough to find like that balance, that sort of like levelness, like if you will. What are some strategies that you find yourself doing to like balance your different career options?
I mean, I don't know if I'm quite a professional at it yet myself. It's still a work in progress. I'm still traveling back and forth from Los Angeles and Detroit, doing a lot of video work, marketing work out there, flying in so we can grow and build this project in LA, and trying to get out here full time so I can get my hands into more stuff in the film and art department, which is where I want to go, and then still trying to find room to perform and skate from time to time. So it's not easy. You definitely can't say yes to everything. I guess for me, it's just really about prioritizing what's most important to me and kind of working my way down from there. And yeah, sometimes you do have to say no to things, or, maybe next year I can do this if there's room. But right now, I have to focus on this. So I think it's just about kind of putting the blinders on and figuring out what's most important to you.
And speaking of balance, our next guest, Jordan Ramble, family man, music artist, he really has a grip on both of those worlds.
I think music that's made, that's true to you and who you are, is the kind of music that's going to last.
All right, we're in the studio with music producer, songwriter, Jordan Ramble, formerly known as Skii Mask Jordan. Jordan, thanks so much for being here, man.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
So we want to jump right into it, man. How did you get into music yourself?
It's a crazy story. I think almost every rapper has this story, every male rapper. I wrote a love song.
Okay, right.
Okay. For my girlfriend, baby mama at the time, right? In like 10th grade. And I was like, man, I like how I sound. This sounds good. And my basketball coach was like, man, you talk like a rapper. So I was like, oh, I might take this up. So it started in like high school, senior year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
What inspired you? Like, what artists did you like listen to that like?
Big Sean, Detroit, 2012. When he dropped Detroit, I felt like, man, I could do that. It was just so cool. Like, I can't explain it. That project made me feel like, yo, you could do this. And that was one of the things that's one of the artists that fueled me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess tell us about where you're from, your upbringing.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
I lived in Philly. I lived in Massachusetts for a little bit. But I rep Trenton in everything I do. So I'm fresh out here from Jersey. Really just. I'm vibing, man. I'm in LA, bro.
Okay. Hey, welcome to LA.
Hey,
Yeah.
back home they say I made it.
Yeah.
They say, like, how you back in Hollywood and you ain't never been to Hollywood? Man, I'm in Hollywood. I'm out here.
Yeah. It certainly is like a sense of accomplishment. Like I know like when I came from like the Midwest moving out here, it was kind of like, oh, is it going to be like a little while? Is it only been like a few years? Like now it's been like 7 years I've been out here like doing my thing. Yeah, I don't think anybody really like believed that it would like, that I'd like increase my longevity. But
it's a big commitment. It's a big move to, put yourself out there towards your art and your passion.
Yeah. 7 years is goals, man.
Yeah.
It's goals. Goals. 7 years strong. It's goals.
I don't know about strong. I would say like the first, for sure, the first few years, I was hitting walls for sure.
Right.
it wasn't until like just recently, actually, like the last few years, when I started collaborating with people, and I started to just kind of let my ego go, I guess,
Right.
like in my projects, and like working with friends. Like that's when I started building relationships and making connections with people. Like I would say like that's where like probably like the last couple 2 to 3 years, like most of my success has been after I like reached out.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah, I'm learning that. You got to be collaborative. You got to be willing to work with other people. I think I've been so used to just trying to figure everything out myself. I'm getting to a point where it's like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you need people. You need people. You need to be genuinely interested in what other people are doing. And it's just a circle, man. You show love, you get love. And that's what it's looking like for me, man.
I think we've all been through that a little bit. I mean, we've talked about this before, Marcus, but yeah, trying to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
You know, trying to be the master of everything, and it's hard. It's a lot of work. You overwhelm yourself sometimes. You know, things just, it's hard to get everything done.
Yeah.
You know, the way you want it when you're doing it alone. So it's important to reach out.
So you are formerly known as Skii Mask Jordan.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you got that name and how that brand suited you and why you changed it.
So, man, it's a crazy story. I feel like the Skii Mask Jordan brand was like, man, it was deep. It was deep. I think it was birthed in, I say this now because I understand it. It was birthed in shame. Because, all right, so I was doing music under the Jordan Ramble name for a long period of time. Okay. And so there's a whole Christian hip hop space, right? And I wanted to be a part of it so bad, right? And there was this platform, and the platform, basically, if you made it on this platform, you were on, right? Within the community.
Okay.
And I felt like I wasn't called to the community, but I wanted to be a part of it so bad, right? Okay. So I reached out to this guy and I'm like, yo, man, I'd love to be on a platform. He's like, yeah, well, it costs $300. I was like, all right, cool. I have the money now. Take the money now. Make me an article, whatever you have to do, get me on the platform. And he's like, all right. He's like, but first, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do the work and then you pay me. And I'm like, nah, I suck with money, bro. Take it now, right? Yeah. And he's like, nah, I don't work like that. And I was like, well, let's just hold off on it, right? A week goes by, 2 weeks go by. I get a message from this guy. Well, I get a notification. I wake up in the morning and I'm on this platform. I'm like, oh, he did me a favor. I'm waking my wife up. I'm like, get up, babe. I'm on the platform. Get up. Yeah. He did us a favor. And then he sends me a DM and he's like, give me my money. Right? But I was so young. I didn't have the integrity to say, hey, bro, I don't have it right now. Just pull me down until I can get it. And I was kind of like, bro, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you when I got it. And I hit a financial slump. And like weeks turned into months. 2, 3, 4, 5 months went by. And every other week he would send me a DM. Give me the money. Give me the money. I'm like, bro, you know what? I'm from Jersey. Come get it. Right? Arrogant, prideful, right? Sure, early 20s, bro. Sure. Yeah. Early 20s, bro. And I own it now because like I'm more self-aware than what I was when that happened. So he's like, okay, bet. Right? He writes an article. Christian hip-hop artist Jordan Ramble refuses to pay for services. And it went viral. I was trending on Twitter for 72 hours. And it was a really trying time. That's why we tell people like, man, leave these celebrities alone because you don't know what it feels like to have a whole bunch of people blasting you at one time.
Sure, yeah.
That don't even know you.
That don't know anything about your character, don't know anything about you. So after that happened, I had built a decent sized buzz within the community. And when that happened, it damaged my name. So I would do shows, I would do events, and people would say, oh, it's him.
Okay.
It's him. And people didn't want anything to do with the name. So I actually met, I had a manager friend that was from Texas, and she had an artist that didn't want to wear a ski mask. So I'm like, man, at the time, I was like, man, I'm all jacked up. I need a new name. I'll wear the freaking ski mask. Give it to me. And that started Skii Mask Jordan.
Okay.
That's how it started. Yeah.
So it was kind of distance yourself from that situation.
Yeah.
You know, give yourself anonymity to still create.
Yeah.
And be an artist without feeling the pressure of that situation that was going on.
Because it was real, man. I'd go places and people would be like, nah. Or this one guy was like, man, I love your music. I want to sync it. I want to help you. And then the next DM I get from him, he's like, oh, no, you're him. So I had to hide myself. I'm like, man, this messed me up. Like, I didn't realize how valuable a good name is. And yeah, so I hid. Skii Mask Jordan was me hiding.
You said that you like learned how important it was, but like what other lessons like came from that, I guess?
I think just I learned how to just have integrity. I've learned that when it comes to like business period, just be a man. Like, yes, let your yes be yes and your no be no. If you can do it, say I can. If you can't, say I can't. And that'll take you a long way. Just yes, yes, no, no. I can't. Being real. So I've learned just to handle business with integrity.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the importance of having a good name.
Well, like you said, when you were younger too, I mean, there's that pride.
Yeah.
There's those other things involved, and sometimes you want to be like, yeah, I do it. Of course I can do it, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you can't, but you don't want to admit that even to yourself sometimes,
Right.
especially at that age. Yeah.
I mean, it's about like setting boundaries too, like as an artist, because like once people see that you can do like one thing, they might try to like reach out. They might take advantage about a bunch of different things, you know? So like knowing when to say like no to something or a project is really important. That makes them know that you value your time and your efforts. Like, so yeah, I respect that. That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
All right, so Jordan, you're a family man and you're an artist.
Yeah.
How do you balance both of those worlds?
You know, that's a good word, balance.
It's what we're all striving for, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think I'm still learning.
Okay.
I think having a supportive spouse makes that a lot smoother. Because like as an artist, certain times it's like, man, I gotta create. Like I gotta do this, and having someone in my corner that's like, okay, I understand, do that, but come right back. Like we need you here. So I think I'm still learning balance. I'm still learning because like in addition to being an artist, being a father, I also have a full-time job until this is full-time.
Sure.
So I'm still learning. I'm still learning balance. Like, 'cause family's important. You know what I mean? I never want to be so caught up in the music that I don't give them the time that they deserve. So I'm still learning balance. I'm still learning. It's every day. It's an everyday thing. I'm still learning. I'm still growing.
Yeah, I think it's important. We never stop learning. You know, it's always important to keep learning. Yeah. But obviously that's also a huge responsibility. Yeah. You know? Yeah. You can't just be like, oh no, you know, I got a gig, you know, you guys. You know? Yeah. There's a lot of responsibility being a father, you know, being a husband, having a family.
Yeah. It definitely is. But I think like I've been super blessed to just have. I just have to like, even if she wasn't in the room, I'd be talking like this. But like she's like, I mean, like I think like every great man has a special woman by their side that pushes them where they need to go. And I've been fortunate to have somebody to say like, man, if you like when I fall, to have someone to be like, man, get up, dust yourself off. You know what you're supposed to do. Do it this way, get it done. And that has made all the difference for me.
Yeah, and going through all that together too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because she goes through man. When I was getting slandered on Twitter, she felt that too, and she hopped on her Twitter account with her 50 followers, like, leave my man alone. But it's the team effort,
the support. Yeah. Let's talk about your most recent album, Teen Skii.
Yeah. We could talk about that. Yeah.
So, what inspired that, and tell us about the process.
Man, heartbreak, her again. I think that album came from like a very like sad place, because we got a crazy story, man. I was a teen father. I had my first 2 kids at 15, 16.
Okay.
So we went through all the emotions of just love and trying to make it work. And it just, Teen Skii was the like almost like a time travel for us. You know, hearing that, it's like, man, that was really us. Like, yeah, I remember like, you know, you coming to the crib with the kids and banging at the door like, come get your kids. And I'm laid up with all my friends, girls around the house. Like, this was our real life. Teen Skii was like very emotional. So I had to really dig deep back into that pain and put it in music. And I recorded that in my closet, and it came out good. Came out decent.
How important do you think it is for you as an artist to get as detailed as you can, like in your storytelling, like when you write songs? Because I know that, you know, there's a lot of music out there, like people might not exactly be like rapping or singing about like what their life is about, but how do you value that in your storytelling?
I think music that's made, that's true to you and who you are, is the kind of music that's going to last. It's gonna last. Like me, I don't want a one hit. I don't want to be a one hit wonder. I don't want to be a go up and then come down trying to figure it out. Like, no, I want to give you me, because it's gonna last. And I think like a prime example of that is like my older catalog. I started making like snippets of older songs, and people were able to hear them, be like, man, that's real, that's hard, because it was true to who I am.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I think making music that's true to you is very important, and that kind of music is the music that lasts.
Yeah, and I think people can tell and feel the difference too. You know, when you really are your story.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the authenticity is worth buying in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So your family's supporting you. You know, you have you said Big Sean is an influence.
Yeah.
Are there any other artists or any other like things in life that inspire you to create?
Yeah, definitely. Man, who doesn't love Ye? Are you guys like anti-Ye or
No?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, Kanye?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Because you can't say that name everywhere, right?
No.
Nah, Ye is dope. He's definitely an inspiration. I was just telling my wife, like, the reason why I feel like he's so great is because people are able to look at him and say, man, that guy is me. I can see myself in him. So I think my goal as an artist is to become someone that people can see themselves in. And that, you know, because I feel great. I feel like I'm great, but it's like when other people can feel it. I think real greatness is when other people can look at you and say, man, I see myself. I see myself in that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, you guys, what you guys are doing here, I just want to take a moment to give you guys your flowers. It's great. There are other young guys doing this in their like car and they're looking at you guys like, man, they are great, right? And you guys may not see it, you may not think that, but it's real. People are watching you guys and they're really looking up to you guys. This is greatness. This is the beginning of a great thing.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. In line with you know, telling your story
right.
and keeping it real, keeping everything authentic. You know, you've recently come back from the Skii Mask Jordan to your name. You know, to yourself. You've kind of taken that wall back up. Was there a certain time or moment where you felt like, okay, I'm ready to kind of come back to that? You know, was there a light bulb or anything special that happened that made you feel ready to do that?
Yeah, I think like I've always felt that that conviction doing ski. I always felt like that. Like, you know, one thing I won't do is I don't press my faith on people, but I'm very passionate about people getting that second chance at life through Christ. I'm so passionate about it. Right. And I think I always felt that because ski wasn't that. Ski was me hiding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I always felt that conviction, but I think when I came to California, man, crazy thing happened. So I was so consumed by social media. On Twitter, I did like in 9 months, I went up 20K followers just off of the Skii Mask Jordan brand. People just loving the imagery, not the music so much, but the imagery. And I was just like, man, I was so consumed because I was on Twitter all day, like all day.
You can lose yourself,
man.
You know,
I mean, like
sure.
I was engaging people when they followed me. I was like really trying to build this community, and I just felt like I needed to take a step back from that to just reevaluate, just spend time with God, and just really just dig deep and find myself again. And like after I went on like a fast, I think we did like no water, no food for like a day. I could only do a day, bro.
Sure.
I was hungry.
It's not easy.
When you're fasting, you smell everything, bro.
So it heightens those other senses, right?
Yes. So I'm like, you know, when I get back off of this fast, I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm like, man, I don't even want to do ski anymore. I don't want to be on social media. I don't want to do ski anymore. And my wife's like, nah, you got to get back on because you know what you're supposed to do. And one of the guys that I met out here from my church, his name is Dre, Prophet Dre. He had went live on Instagram as soon as I hopped on. And when I hopped on, he was like, Skii Mask Jordan, Skii Mask Jordan. He said, I got a word from you. I got a word for you. He said, God said, he's going to bless you. He's going to bless your music. He's going to use it to touch millions. He's going to help millions of people through your platform, through you. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, but an image change is coming. Your image is getting ready to change. And when God does it, don't fight it. So I'm like, oh, bet I'm about to get a new ski mask, spikes, you know what I'm saying? Like, might get the one patch on the
Bling
eye. Bling it out, right?
Yeah.
Diamonds on the ski mask. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm excited about it. I'm like, man, I knew I should have got back on social media. Then the next day I get on, he sends a DM to my wife, and he's like, now, I've seen this guy in person. He didn't know I was Skii Mask Jordan. Like, I didn't have that conversation with him. He reaches out to my wife like, hey, does your husband do music?
Okay.
So I'm like, babe, give him my number. Like, let me tell him I'm Ski. Give him my number, right? But then he goes live on Instagram again. And he's like, Skii Mask Jordan. He was like, yeah, I got a word for you. He said, I seen musical notes coming out of my body. He said, God took me into a vision. I see musical notes coming out of my body, and I seen your wife. And he said, next to your wife, I seen a Skii Mask Jordan the Skii Mask Jordan character. And he said I was confused because I didn't understand what I was looking at. And he said that the ski mask has been blocking opportunities. He said God can't get the glory out of your life with the ski mask on. Mm-hmm. He said now's the time to come out and you'll see what happens. So I was like, man, I'm fighting pride again, right? I'm like, oh, heck no. I spent 2 years building this. And I was just like, you know what? I can't fight with God. Like, if this is what you want me to do, let's get it. But I can't do it myself. I need songs. I need people to speak to. I need all of that because people have been wanting to hear ski. And I've been in, this little shell. So I was just like, you know what? If you're real, because I was an atheist, man. I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in anything at all. So this is a faith moment, right? I'm like, you know what? If you're real, bam, took it off, X'd everything out. And it's been a journey, man, because I'm seeing people really be touched by this platform and what God is allowing me to do. So that's how that ended.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a good story, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, bro. I was an atheist. I didn't believe in anything. Actually, I was my family was invited to join a secret society, and they sent a book to our home with my family's name engraved on it, and I studied it. So that's how it made me an atheist. So coming to God, my mindset was, man, if you're real, show me this. Mm-hmm. And things started happening. And that's why we are where we are today. I didn't want to get deep.
Oh, yeah. Hey, getting deep is what we're about.
Let's be honest here. I mean, you didn't lose anything taking off the mask. I mean, you are the brand.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're the artist.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you got working on right now? What are some projects you're doing?
Non-stop music, because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. I think I dropped an EP last week. I dropped a song this week, and I just want to rebuild the catalog as much as possible. I want to make as much heartfelt music that shows where I am now. I want to put as much of that as possible. So that's my goal. Just put the music out. I'm not worried about the numbers. I'm not worried about anything else. Yeah. Just build the catalog, and that's where I'm at with it. Yeah.
Dope.
Do you feel like your songwriting or the types of songs you want to put out there have changed, now that you've kind of got this faith back in your life?
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm able to communicate where I am now. I think with ski, I always had to try to reach back. Because it's like, man, I can't be true to who I am in this moment. I have to be this character. But with I feel like with my real name, I'm able to communicate where I am now. And that's extremely important to me with this art. So it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, changed a lot.
Well, you've been out in LA. You said how long now?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
All right, half a year.
Yeah, almost there. Hey, almost there. Almost to a full year, right?
Yeah. Is there any looking back? Are you happy to be here?
Man, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here. Especially me and you guys. You guys are cool. Yeah. We'll have to go out and get mocktails.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so Jordan, you actually came with a piece of audio you wanted to share with us, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, let's get into it.
All right, bet. So the song is called All Alright. It's man, it's dope because I feel like, all right, since I'm in Cali, I always have to have a piece of Jersey with me. So it is a Jersey club type of record, and it's just a reflecting moment. It's just really just reflecting.
All right, let's hear it.
Hey, turn me up a little bit. Yeah. When I look back on my life, it was you that gave me sight. When I was going left, you made it all alright. Yeah, you made it all alright. Yeah, you made it all alright. I stayed up late at night and prayed about it. Let's go. I couldn't see a way out. I stayed up late at night and prayed about it. Let's go. I couldn't see a way out. I stayed up late at night and prayed about it. My phone on D&D. Don't need distractions. When I'm praying, I need answers. God, I know you heard me. Only you could make it work. This time I'll put you first. Forgive me, I was wrong. And you just let me look back on my life. It was you that gave me sight. When I was going left, you made it all alright. Yeah, you made it all alright. Let's go. Yeah, you made it all alright. I stayed up late at night and prayed about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. That was more than 20 seconds, but
that beat,
I love that song.
Oh, that's fire.
Nice.
Yeah, so to find more of your music, everybody can check out Jordan Ramble on all music platforms, right?
Yes.
It's out
All
there.
music platforms.
So you're out here with your whole family.
Yeah.
You got that support system behind you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
What do your kids think about Jordan Ramble, the artist?
Like they grew up on Jordan Ramble, the artist.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it always music going in your house?
yeah, always. But they're like, my sons are becoming. So they're like becoming, they're deciding, they're taking their size. They're becoming who they're going to be.
Spreading their wings.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And like as a father, I don't want to like restrict them from becoming, right? So my oldest son Jordan, he loves Rod Wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but he loves him, so I embrace Rod, right? Like, let's dissect this together, right? And my youngest, he's like, Dad, whatever you vibe with, I vibe with, but they're finding their way. But they respect Jordan. They grew up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any interest in performing themselves?
I see my youngest.
Yeah.
My youngest boy. Yeah. Yeah. And the girls are singing already very loud. I'm like, oh God, touch them. Make it all make sense. Right. Yeah. But they appreciate music.
Well, and I saw the other day you were performing actually in church.
Yeah.
With your church group, right?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No? Yeah, you were jamming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a security badge on. Again, another God moment that I didn't expect. I just started going to this church. I didn't even tell her I made music. I didn't tell the prophet, the pastor, that I made music. She comes over to me with the mic like, sing. I'm like, what? No, it's like I clipped like the first 10 seconds of the video. The first 10 seconds is me like, oh no, I can't do it. She's like, no, do it. Go. Use your gift. Go. And I'm like, okay, bet. Yeah, so it was deep.
So tell us a little bit about performing. Like, did you ever get like nervous before you went on stage? Do you have like a process to like prepare yourself?
I think like the first time I ever performed was at like Rutgers University. And I was with like a few of my friends, and it was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Like we were up there looking at each other, sweating, and it was like one of those things. But I think like I've done enough like public speaking over the years to have confidence. So like now I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I feel like that's when I'm performing, I'm able to express the music, and I love that. So I take pride in that. I really love performing the music.
Did you feel a difference? Performing, I guess now, mask off.
Yeah.
Versus when you were kind of hiding a little bit. Was it easier before? Or is it just different?
Man, I didn't have any opportunities at Skii.
Okay.
I did one show at Skii. As Jordan Ramble, I went on like a whole tour. We were touring for like 9 months, Jersey, Delaware, Philly. So it was like, it feels good to be able to get back to that. Yeah. I have a show after this. I'm doing a show in Simi.
Where are you?
Awesome.
Simi,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Simi, yeah. Yeah, so one of my friends is having an event. So after that, we're going straight there.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's what we wanted to get into next is like what you have looking forward to.
What's
any
up?
Shows, any music releasing?
Yeah, so the music's going to be nonstop. I think I'm going to try to, right now, I'm just going with the flow. Like even the shows that came up, like I have one today in Simi Valley, and then I have one tomorrow in Simi Valley as well. So like how it usually starts is like one door opens. Like back home, there was a Starbucks. It started at Starbucks. Starbucks would do like an open mic where all the artists from the community would come.
Okay.
And another person.
I haven't seen that Starbucks, I know like even, I'm from Canada, but they would do those things too, but I haven't seen that in forever at a Starbucks. Have you?
I haven't seen it at like specifically a Starbucks location, but yeah, coffee shops around here, like everybody's like usually pretty generous. You can like do an open mic somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, that's dope. You guys gotta plug me, bro.
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it started there, and someone came and was like, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Come here." Then I go there, and they'd be like, "Oh, I love what you're doing. Come here." So it's like I'm just going with the flow right now. But more stuff, more shows and stuff is on the way. I'll keep you guys in the loop for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I mean, in that setting, is it more like acoustic based? Is it like more like spoken word? Do you like play like the song that we just heard just now, or is it kind of like more like a little reserved because it's like a small setting?
Yeah, and it's crazy because I've seen a lot of places that are like that, like reserved. Like I see the open mic and like, man, I can't go there because I jump around and I'm sweating.
Okay.
Everyone's all sitting cross-legged looking at me like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
I can't go there. But I think like I've been gifted to like shift atmospheres. So like they might start off in TP, but before you know it, they're gonna be standing up vibing. So
you bring the energy.
Yeah, I got to, man. I got to. short guy complex. I got it.
So you've got some shows coming up. You're releasing music like nonstop.
Yeah.
Like we're really excited just to continue following your journey, man, and hearing your stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. And I really appreciate the opportunity. And if I can ever help in any way, just let me know.
Yeah, of course.
Anything. Just let me know.
Jordan Ramble, everybody. Thanks so much for being on the podcast, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's been great.